Hindi na makipag-usap sa kanila. Hindi natin sila kailangan sa ating bansa. Hindi natin sila gustong pumunta rito. At wag silang pupunta rito. Sapagkat ang gagawin nila ay usurpation of authority ng Philippine government. Magkakaproblema tayong lahat. Pag ginawa nila yan, they'll be violating our law. Ang ICC kailangan niya ng mga bansa katulad ng Sudan, Somalia, Haiti, siguro sa ibang lugar sa Afghanistan, sa mga lugar na medyo magulo at walang gobyerno, doon sila pumasok. Tayong organisado ang ating gobyerno na may sistema ng hustisya. Huwag na nila tayo pakialaman. Huwag kayo pupunta sa
Bakit
lugar,
ka nagbago?
maaring
Bakit isinuko niyo si President Duterte sa ICC? Wala kayo isang salita.
Kung tingnan natin ay may pagkaalangan, mag-usap muna kami kung aalis sila.
The Interpol issued a diffusion, not a red notice, and Justice Secretary Remulla claimed that ICC has jurisdiction over individuals and crimes despite the withdrawal of the Philippines from the Rome Statute because international humanitarian law is already customary law. Of course, we are all aware that this is not applicable, being solely limited to war crimes. In the meantime, PNP General claimed that in expediting President Duterte's turnover to the ICC, he was trying to comply with the time period set forth in Article 125 of the Revised Penal Code, which applies only to warrantless arrest. The 24 Horas report revealed that Philippine authorities had planned Duterte's arrest since January under Oplan Tugis by the PNP-CIDG, and that Duterte sought asylum in China, but this was later denied by all parties. On the same day, DILG Secretary Remulla denied involvement in the arrest, stating he was unaware of any core group behind it and only learned of the Interpol red notice on the day of Duterte's detention. So, as far as the investigation goes, this is the timeline and we're happy to share it with you. In the meantime, I'd like to read the preliminary findings following last week's investigation and public hearing. Number one, the Philippines had no legal obligation to arrest former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and turn him over to the International Criminal Court. What was received was only a diffusion notice, not verified or approved by the Interpol Secretariat. No verification by the Interpol whether the request complied with Article 3 of their Constitution, forbidding Interpol from undertaking any intervention or activities of a political, military, religious, or racial character. Under the terms of the diffusion notice, there was no obligation on the part of the Philippines to turn over former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte to the ICC, absent any request for extradition or request for surrender. Under Article 92 of the Rome Statute, a provisional arrest is followed by a request for surrender. There is also no indication that the ICC even requested for the surrender of former President after his provisional arrest. There is likewise no indication that the ICC requested extradition after the arrest. Finally, the argument of Secretary of Justice Remulla is deeply flawed, inasmuch as international humanitarian law, customary law, cannot apply. He is accused of crimes against humanity, not war crimes. IHL refers to war crimes. Procedural administrative matters such as court processes do not become part of customary international law. IHL is international customary law, but the jurisdiction of ICC cannot be considered customary under IHL. The second finding, the Philippine government decided to assist the ICC to arrest the former president. The administration already started preparations prior to March 11. The PNP mobilized units on March 10. The National Security Advisor, Anyo, was already tracking the former president's camp before the arrest. Even before the ICC prosecutor applied for a warrant of arrest, there was already statements by key executive officials that the administration will cooperate if the ICC courses the request through Interpol to arrest the former president. Finally, the claim of the Department of Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla that the supposed group effort was only based on rumor.
And who was really on top of this? Kayo ho ba? Because during the press conference of the president, it was you and the president.
Yes.
So ikaw ho ba nagplano ng lahat ng ito?
Hindi naman, hindi naman. It was a group effort. Secretary Chidoro was there. Secretary Anyo was there too. And the president and I.
It is incredible. This attempt to cover up what was already aired on media and what had already come to pass was an indication of a comprehensive plan to arrest the former president already being in place even before the date indicated in the ICC warrant of March 11. Finally, my third preliminary finding was that there were glaring violations of the rights of the former president. The constitutional safeguards guaranteeing liberty and due process of law were not observed. No warrant was issued by a Philippine court. The arrest did not fall within the exceptions of a warrantless arrest. Meanwhile, General Torre invoked 125 article of the revised penal code.
Ang procedure kasi, let me be very frank with you. When you are placed under arrest, you have to submit to the person in authority making the arrest. Then, when you are already arrested and maybe detained, then you have to start the machinery of justice role. You go to the Supreme Court, pag hindi, ako,
Go to the Supreme
dumaan ako
Court.
sa okay na sa akin. Well, nothing to lose na ako. Nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. Hindi ko rin ako sabihin mo kulong ng habang buhay. Wala ako. Inciting to sedition.
Hindi. Inciting to sedition. Inciting to sedition.
Crime against humanity.
Crime against humanity.
ICC.
Kalimutan ko ulit. Sahig.
We are not the signatory of the sciences.
That's what they're doing now.
Hindi ako. Yan ako hindi papayag. I am a Filipino. You are all Filipino citizens. Ako, pag nagkasala, you prosecute me in Philippine courts with the Filipino judge, the Filipino prosecutor, at magpakulong ako dito sa bayan ko. Kung sakali.
They're preparing you to bring you to the Hague.
I am sure. I am very sure. I'm a lawyer. Abogado ka man. I am sure the Supreme Court will review them. Maski na hindi tayo maghingi na, the Supreme Court will review them. Tignan mo. Hindi to kaya na Supreme Court. Wala tayo extradition treaty. At saka na-withdraw na tayo.
Yes.
Bakit mo ako dadalhin doon sa international body na hindi na tayo withdraw? That's a big question. Kaya
Kakausap ko na sa Isipulong. Kakausap ko sa Saka si
Kona.
That's for the courts to determine, sir. Let's go, sir, please. As a former president, sir, as a prosecutor,
Kaya nga.
and a highly regarded president, sir, and prosecutor,
Let me ask you a direct question. Where are you bringing me?
I'm bringing you to the Hague, sir, the Netherlands.
That's impossible. Magkakaroon, ano yan?
Please, sir, we have already settled that. The decision has been made. Hindi ito ito. Andiyan naman, sir, ang mga lawyers mo. Nakita naman nila, sir.
Hindi yan eh. It's your decision.
Apat, sir. I have four slots. Sir, you can bring four members of your, including you, sir, four. We have 4 slots for you.
No. You know, Andre, I'm sick. I'm sickly.
May doktor tayo, sir. May dalawang doktor.
80 years old. Hindi lumalabas ng ano.
Sila. Let him speak. I'm sickly. You have to determine first if I am fit for travel.
Yes, sir. We're going to ask our doctor now, sir, to examine you. If you will allow us, sir. Ito, sir, ang doktor natin, sir. Colonel Rico.
Asan ang mga gamit mo?
Isang surgeon, sir.
You cannot. Alam mo, ang history ng lahat ng tao, hindi nakakuha ng
Tingin.
ocular
Inspection.
You have to go to my doctor.
Hospital muna.
Let him explain. Tignan mo ang record. Sabihin mo ang gobyerno, titignan mo na yung record. Hindi pwede yung gano'n, ha? Gestapo yan. Alam mo kung gagawin sa'yo yan, sumugo. Hindi ka maligayahan yan. Why bring it to the Hague? When we have a court of first instance na wali.
Doktor niya.
Yung doktor niya, papuntahin nyo, tawagin nyo. Hindi, tawagan ko.
Doktor niya ang kailangan niya.
Diyos ko, anong klase yan? Vital signs lang? Ganyan, ocular ninyo?
Madami siyang sakit, kailangan niya yung doktor niya.
Mga medicines niya hindi pa ready.
Maraming ang sakit.
Hindi niya siya pwede kunin na ganyan na kailangan niya ng gamot, kailangan niya ng doktor, kailangan niya yung nurse niya.
Only applying to warrantless arrest. The constitutional safeguards for the right to liberty of abode were also disregarded. No court order was issued mandating that the former president be taken out of the Philippines against his will. Former President Duterte was deprived of the right to be visited or to have conferences with immediate family members under Section 2F of Republic Act 7438. General Torre admitted he did not allow Vice President Sara Z. Duterte to visit former President in Villamor Air Base contrary to RA 7438. Former President Duterte was further denied the right to be brought to judicial authorities under Article 59 of the Rome Statute. The former president was also denied the right to apply for interim release under Article 59 of the Rome Statute